Ladies and gentlemen, you are back with another edition of Primetime Talk with the Fellas, starring myself, Martez Jackson, my boy Melvin Bender, and special guest filling in for Kool-Aid is my boy. This dude won Apollo Live. You've seen him on Labs TV on the Fox Network. My man Josh Adams is in the building. What up, Josh?
What's up, Tez? What's up, Mel? Thank you
What up, though?
for having me.
Yeah, we about to act a fool, man. We going in.
I'm sorry, Melvin. I introduced you and didn't allow you to introduce yourself. That's my bad.
Oh, no, that's cool. We know you a disrespectful, very disrespectful, rude person.
That's not how y'all do it all the time. What Tez just said.
Yeah, he think he runs stuff. I don't know.
I don't run anything.
Just shut up.
Because he's in the middle.
No, actually, I'm so big they had to put me in the middle. I couldn't. I took up the whole left side of the room.
No.
Is this Kool-Aid seat?
Yeah, typically, yeah.
Oh,
typically, yeah. We kind of all assume the same seat, so, you know.
Tell him it's a wrap. I ain't going nowhere now.
He said, hey, you hear that?
Josh it's the takeover.
I want this and I want Baker's.
He said he here now.
I got a 45-minute set that's rivaling yours now. Stop talking crazy like that.
Hey, shout out to Kool-Aid, man. He couldn't be here. He taking care of some business. He getting some things up off him right now. So
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid had my ex on that single dating that date night show, the dating game.
For those of y'all that don't, that may not have.
That's right. You was. Yeah, she was.
My boy Kool-Aid has a phenomenal comedy night, as does Josh. We're gonna let Josh tell y'all about his, but Kool-Aid kind of pissed Josh off because Josh, you got a lady now. Let's acknowledge that.
Oh yeah,
Let's
I have a queen in my life. How you doing, baby?
But at that particular time, you and your ex was going back and forth, right?
Yeah, but still, it was disrespectful. You don't reach back like that, man, and put that out there like that. Not in that venue that I'm in all the time. You don't do that. Everybody knows what's going on. And she should be ashamed of herself for being a part of that foolishness.
So Kool-Aid does a dating game at his comedy night, you know, to perhaps make a love connection. Needless to say, one of the contestants was a very beautiful female. Can I say her name or no? We ain't gonna put it out there.
I don't know what you want to do. You can say what you want.
It was a beautiful female named Mignon, gorgeous young girl, a little too young for my taste. What is she about?
Just got her sued.
What is she about? 20? Yeah. It's dozens of Mignons in the world.
It's a mignon, man.
It's dozens of mignons.
Because she had what kind of purse did she actually carry?
No, I'm just saying how old she is because y'all know my flavor. Both of y'all the homies. Y'all know how.
Yeah, we know.
Big and old. Now, come on, man. Come on.
Then the only two that ain't nothing.
Yeah, you like big and old women, man.
No, I like big butts.
He's like old big women. That's all.
No, not big women. I like big butts attached to an old woman. Let's clarify that.
You can put a butt on a Rottweiler and he'll be like, "That's what's up, man. I'm trying to get that."
So my boy Josh didn't take too kindly to Kool-Aid having his ex on there, and I ain't mad at that either, man, because you essentially putting her on the dating game, and it's 3 potential dudes. It's bad enough I got to worry about everybody in the world, but you adding 3 more to the fold.
Yeah, I ain't tripping. It was all fun and games.
Shout out to Kool-Aid, man, for ruining people's lives.
For sure.
Mel, what you get into last week?
Last week, man, I performed at the Embassy Suites in Southfield for I forgot the name of the church, but it was actually a great show, man. It actually turned out really good. And after that, man, I just went down to Baker's last night. Rocked out for a minute, and now I'm here with y'all.
The fellas.
That's right, with the fellas.
Josh, what you get into last week, man? Where was you booked at?
Last week. I know last week I went up at They Say over there and did my thing over at They Say.
Okay.
And I believe I popped up at Punchline, but then I did my Tuesday spot. So it was like, I had some stuff going on.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Okay. And now, about your Tuesday spot, man, you here hanging out with us, but it is Tuesday. Yeah. You know we on the air every Tuesday, and you actually have a comedy night that you actually, you stepped away, not really stepped away, but you came here to kick it with us. You're going to rush over there when you leave here. Tell everybody about your spot.
Every Tuesday at the Marble Bar, it's Clever Visions Presents Going Up Tuesday comedy show hosted by me. We got a band, we got a DJ, and we bring up some of the funniest comedians in the country. Like, I don't know if you can, you'll have to hurry up and leave after y'all watch this, but y'all can come over there. We got my man out of Cleveland, B. Tidwell is in the building. So y'all come mess with him. So, I just want to have my own spot. Like coming up, watching y'all do y'all thing. I seen y'all had rooms and y'all was hosting spots. So I said, I want to have one that's a staple in the city and people know like every Tuesday we can come somewhere and we can laugh.
And a staple it is, man. The beautiful thing about Josh, you say coming up watching us. We all still coming up, but the beautiful thing about you is that you actually give work. Nothing gets my goose more than a comedian who just takes from the game, always expecting people to book them and where to work at, and you don't do nothing to just have your own spot or give work to other comedians, and you're
done
that.
Feeding the circuit, like
exactly.
Everybody want to.
Who you talking about, Tess? Name some names. Nah. We don't talk about. We talking about this. We don't talk about. Don't be no punk about it.
Do it.
Who do that, man?
Go on. Be no punk, man.
Well, what's that then, man? Go say somebody's name then. What you scared of? I say the name. I tell them.
They gonna comment under
you say a name and
who do that?
Let's see who does that. There's several comedians.
Well,
that
if you
do
ain't got no room, we talking about you.
Say that,
if
John.
you ain't got no room, we talking about you.
Say that.
Like y'all out here taking from the game, and then when the room pop up, everybody want to rush to it because they feel like it ain't gonna last. So everybody want to get on the show because they like, oh, well, as long as I'm on in the first month, at least I'm gonna get that money. Create us. If you create, then it'll be more for everybody. So if you ain't got no room, we talking about you.
And we get it. It's hard to establish a comedy room. For those of y'all watching and those of y'all not familiar with the comedy business, you can sit there and think that the bigger names are the only ones that's funny. No, it's a lot of brothers out here grinding day in and day out. And we don't have the luxury of being able to be booked at a comedy club every weekend because there's hundreds, probably thousands of comedians across the country who are trying to get booked. So one-nighters, which is what Josh has, I've had them, Melvin's had them. Those employ people during the course of the week. Weekends is when the big money comes. During the week, we pick up them twos and fews doing them one-nighters, and that equal a salary for most of us.
Yeah, that about a toilet paper.
Right. Speaking of that, dude, did you and Darius have a whole Sam's Club pack of toilet paper at your spot the other week?
Darius finesse. Nah, man, we bartering out here. We ain't just taking money no more. We take supplies to survive. He wouldn't talk to a girl at the show one Tuesday and came home with a whole 24-pack double ply of toilet tissue. So shout out to the game. The game gonna always hold you down when you need it.
You know you got it when they bringing you toilet paper. That's what's up. Or they telling you you're full of something.
And silly me, I as a woman just to loan me $20. I should just straight ask for what I need it for.
Period. You ask them, they bring more than what you was gonna get that money for. They'll give you that 20, but if you just say you need some things, you'll look up and get $100 worth of groceries, Pop-Tarts, churros. You know, I don't even know why she grabbed a churro, but I'll take it. I like Mexican dessert.
Well, I appreciate you dropping that game on me, Josh, and we glad
so much game, man.
We glad you're here, man, and pretty much it's been an eventful week. Myself, I was at I actually emceed the Punchline this weekend, Punchline Comedy Club.
Okay.
For those of y'all that don't know, before I do that, Josh, give them the address to your spot tonight. Let them know exactly where it is and the name of the bar.
Tez, you professional. I like that. 1501 Holden Street, Detroit, Michigan.
Tell them the name of the bar.
It's the Marble Bar. And for the people that's over 45 that remember what it used to be, it ain't that no more. You'd be a bunch of old dudes like, hold on now. I'd be like, nah, it ain't that no more.
Hey, that used to be the Say Cool Lounge. Yeah, it ain't the Say Cool.
Honeycomb Hideout. Nah, pimpin', that ain't what it is, man.
Fender still working here.
It's just a bar with comedy is going down that. So whatever you thought it was, it ain't no more.
Yeah.
At least on Tuesdays.
Right.
I can guarantee you that. So.
Well, I did have the pleasure of hosting the Punchline Comedy Lounge, which is our new premier comedy club in the Southeast Michigan area. You know, we call it Detroit, but it's actually in Southfield. Who was headlining? Sean Morgan. Shout out to Sean, boy. I love you, man, for real.
Out to Shy?
Yep, Sean Morgan out of Chicago, one of the most televised comedians in the country, man. He was there doing his thing. And shout out to that club, man, for just keeping comedy alive. And we're gonna shoot over there tonight too. We're gonna hit Josh's spot, then go down after we leave Josh's spot.
They lying. They
going down there.
But I appreciate the love.
Just hilarious. For those of y'all that don't know, funny young lady on the internet. She booked 2 nights at the club, and from what I
you said she wasn't that funny.
She been selling it out, man. I never
just
said
added
that.
the 12 o'clock show.
Yeah.
So whatever she is, they coming to see
Hey,
it.
don't put that on me, Melvin.
It's so politically correct.
Hey, I dodge. Melvin is the more blunt.
Yeah, I shoot from the hip. I'm shooting straight at your face. I don't care.
I mean, you know why I am that way? Cause
you a sucker. Go ahead.
Well, you can call her a sucker, man. I got a family to go home to. See,
what's she got to do with your family?
Like with the mob or something. Like you don't have all the Instagram at your house.
Melvin is their friend. For those of y'all that know, they got that one friend. Now he'll get the fight started and he'll stand there and fight with you.
That is a lie.
But
it's like, why we fight?
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He'll get the fight started. He gonna stand there and fight with you. But when the fight is over, you like, dog, that was unnecessary.
No.
And he like, but that's all right,
get the fight started. You will instigate the fight, and I got to bring it up.
No, Kool-Aid get the fight started and run.
I'm not a fighter, man.
We scrapping. We like, where Cool go?
He in the car listening to Shalimar.
Yeah.
For the lover in you.
Random ever. Watch Shalimar.
Nah, man, she a cool girl. Hey, she selling out. She on a
No,
business.
she doing.
So,
I'm not. I
Yeah.
poke fun at people there. They doing their thing. So.
yeah. I mean, our biggest thing, honestly, you know, it ain't to knock nobody down, but we just real comedians. You looking at three dudes. First of all, we done one of the same television shows together, Labs TV on Fox. All three of us did that. This dude has 17 nationally syndicated television commercials. This dude, what you did 2 times on that and something else, Apollo Live.
Apollo, yeah, I was on
This
Apollo
dude
Live.
had to
Right.
be funny for 60 seconds, 1 minute on Apollo Live when Tony Rock and Michael Bivins and Gladys Knight was hosting.
Shout out Dougie Fresh.
Shout out to Dougie Fresh. And this dude did it. And y'all done watched the Apollo before. Y'all know how crucial them crowds could be. And this dude only had 60 seconds, and he went out shooting straight from the hip.
It wasn't
won
hard, man. I'm from
$1,000.
Detroit.
Won $1,000.
I wasn't scared, man.
I like that.
They was asking me, like, you nervous? I'm like, man, nah, man. Detroit is
I
like,
like
you ain't
that.
funny. You get a shot glass thrown at you.
Right.
Like, you just gonna
That's what
boo
we
me, and then a guy in a diaper gonna push me off the stage? All right,
Right.
I'll walk off the stage as long as he don't stab me.
Put your hands on me.
And low key, what do I have to lose? Because it's been people that done got booed and bounced back. Every last one of your favorite comedians done got
Lauren
booed and bounced
Hill,
back.
she ain't a comedian, but she got booed. Dave Chappelle got booed. I
No,
think Hughley
they
got
getting booed now. This ain't like back in the day.
People get
Cat
booed.
Williams get booed now.
Right.
Kevin
and
Hart
they-
get booed
and
now.
they bounce back. And they bounce back. So it's nothing. It's
Kevin
nothing
Hart
to a
just got
boss.
booed recently at Michael Jordan's thing.
Oh wow! I hate to hear that, man, because he like the catalyst for the game right now. He's the bridge.
What was Jordan doing?
It was something. He made a joke about Jordan. I guess about his mustache looking like Hitler.
Oh, it do look like Hitler.
Yeah, and then because Jordan didn't laugh, nobody else laughed.
Oh,
So you know,
that's-
so like Jordan run the
I'm a
world.
Magic
or
Johnson
something.
fan anyway. I think Magic's the
That's
best player
funny.
ever. My pops got me like that. I think Magic the best player ever played.
He to play them 5 positions in that one game. He did do his thing.
You gotta be sweet, man. All he did was win.
Now a lot of other events went down this week. We had the most recent, which I think is affecting the weather here in Detroit. Hurricane Harvey going down in Texas. Shout out to Texas, man. We sent our hearts out to y'all.
Prayers, yeah.
Absolutely.
Prayers,
Absolutely.
everything, man. It's going down. But the bigger issue is now they going at Joel Osteen about not being able to I guess help people. But Twitter went so hard on him so quick, and then his members were showing pictures and they said his church flooded. How can he help people in his church is
Oh,
flooded?
that's what they going at Joe.
He told him. He told him. He said, once the water go down, I'll open up my doors. And then he also said, you bring all them people in there. Like I said, you got that multi-million-dollar complex, and so many people gonna be in there. They'll like tear it up. Like it's people that don't belong to the church. You got people in there to come in there. So yeah. I mean, I get it. Can he get it fixed? Of course. Can he?
Got the money.
You know, yeah. But you know, I'm sure he'll get a grant from somewhere. But
You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I mean, if it's flood, he can't let him in. Yeah, but if you got a big space and people need to be somewhere and they need some shelter, you let them in, and you just
Yeah.
worry about the rest of it later. And if you all about God and the people, God will take care of everything. So if they come tear that place down, God gonna give you one that's 3-4 times bigger.
Now, Kool-Aid's
Yeah, how it
favorite
works.
phrase is the internet is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like the clowning people, memes, jokes.
Tom Brady beat him one time
How did Tom Brady beat him?
when he came back and won that Super Bowl. Because as soon as they was getting blown out, they was doing all the memes and all that stuff. And when he came back, the internet had to swallow all that.
Yeah.
Josh, you're a football guy for real.
Yeah, Tom Brady, and and
Only you remember that. Josh was a high school quarterback, so he gonna remember any quarterback moment.
But the internet undefeated. They won. Yeah, ain't
you
nobody
can't
beating the
beat
internet. They got it.
We'll say they're 9 bazillion and one. We'll say.
Shout out to Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this. If you got that big of a space, like y'all said, there should be room, and he got enough pull down there to have police.
17,000 people. 17,000 seats.
He can fit in there.
Yeah, it used to be a basketball arena.
Well, you're saying 17,000 seats, but you're talking just seats. We talking people bringing personal belongings. Now, if it's just the families, if we just gonna put the families in there,
What
then
personal
yeah.
belongings they bringing, man? They swam them over there.
Leave all that soggy stuff outside.
Dude, you know them people done grab something, pictures.
Yeah, but that's
little
you can
things
keep
and-
that in your lap.
Yeah.
You better
Somebody-
sit down.
They bringing the whole couch in.
You don't put that love seat down, cuz.
Come on in. They barely gonna let the dogs in, probably. But you better go on, man.
Yeah. It was funny. Who was it? Gary Everett. Good guy from Detroit, working, I think, for a motor company. He said, I'm watching people drown trying to say they pets. He said, if you don't leave that dog, I'm not leaving my pets. Everybody know me. I'm a dog lover. So,
Shouldn't dogs know how to swim anyway? I'm just saying, man.
But they got alligators running around there because it flooded those bayous over there. So now them alligators and everything and snakes is around. So it's a whole nother element of danger.
You sitting there swimming, you just hear your dog say, you look, it's a whole crocodile. Just ate your dog.
That's when you just swim on out the
way. Yeah, or stab it and make a belt out of it. That's all you do.
Right. Pick him on to make him the pet. How about that?
But my opinion personally, they should not come down on. See, I think, and this is the God honest truth. You know, they always say when somebody on top. I hate when people who suck or people low life say when you're on top, people come after you, but you're not on top though. But Joel Osteen is that guy. President Obama was that guy. Let's face it. Donald Trump is that guy. We're gonna talk about him too because he's just not going over there. But
yeah, that chump.
Joel Osteen is that guy on the spiritual circuit, and it's like why you know you want a reason to go after him. You just want a reason to go after him, period.
But
and I think that's the only thing they're doing.
With great power comes great responsibility. You put yourself in that space, people feel like you should be able to make something happen and at least help relieve somebody of some of that, you know, stress or misery that they're going through. So,
do you feel like he didn't do enough? Or
I don't know personally. I just know where people coming from, where it's like, you got it all, you need to do something. You know, you've been blessed, you should help.
But I mean, I guess that's just the kind of history of the world. Like people look to the kings, like, you know, from ancient times, like look to the king or the ruler or this person or that person, whoever we feel is in power. Let's look to them as our savior. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be. All I'm saying is if they can't, why don't we look to each other versus just going there and then start dogging him?
Yeah.
Because the same people across the globe that's probably dissing Joel Osteen on Twitter ain't contributed a dime.
That's true.
And I'm not so much in defense of Joe Osteen more than I'm just saying, what are you doing?
And those will be the first ones to show up, the first ones that ain't never been to church, that ain't never seen him, barely know his name. Ooh, they got some food in a seat.
Right.
I'm there. You know, I mean, I don't knock it, but I know you got to help everybody, but it is what it is.
I just say don't go after don't just pick him out of everybody. You know what I mean? Your favorite athlete, your favorite movie
James
star.
Harden just got $300 million. We got 258, but he's making like 300. He's making a lot of money.
Right. And endorsements. And endorsements.
Yeah, he in Houston. So I don't know if they already like what is James doing. I know Beyonce donated $10 million. If you got something, do something. Especially if that's where you from. If it happened here and if it happened in Detroit, hopefully you know
what my
if I
man
was in a
say,
situation I would do something.
what old boy do? The football player, they said in a couple hours he raised about $1 million.
JJ Watt.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's all it take, man. Somebody open it.
You can't say nothing about football to Josh and he don't know every player.
But that just popped up. Yeah, JJ Watt just he definitely donated money and now they doing something about it. Because this storm was worse than Katrina, right? Because Katrina was like one day. This gonna go all the way to Thursday.
Oh, it's gonna constantly rain.
Yeah, because Claude called me. I mean, y'all don't know who Claude is, but it's a guy who promotes comedy shows.
We
He's
know.
down there.
Oh, you talking about the public? Oh, okay.
The people that don't know him. Come on, like it's just us talking. But, he's down there. He's in it. He called me. He said he can't leave the house.
Is he in Houston?
He's in Houston. He said he can't leave the house. Basically, they stuck there till Thursday.
Is he? Did he say the water coming in his house?
They ain't really got much water in the crib, but where he at, he in a spot where it's good. But all the roads and in and out, you can't leave because everything flooded.
Okay.
I guess Texas is kind of like, you know, it's built
like sort of like Louisiana.
Yeah.
Hey, but then we get a little shaky yesterday though. While we was worried about them.
Yeah, I was looking like,
we was like, whoa, these cars, like everything was flooded.
696 was like that.
Yeah, we drove home. We had to drive home.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think this is a result of the eclipse? Somebody said like, and not that we're meteorologists or.
But don't water shift? Don't that control the water?
What's that?
The tide.
Yeah, don't that control the tide?
I think the moon.
But that's about it, though. I mean, it was just rain. I don't think rain caused anything.
I think that was coming regardless.
Right.
Okay, Joe Osteen says, quote, "We were never closed." Joe Osteen's Houston megachurch disputes claim that it shuts its doors, according to the Washington Post. I believe him. You know what I mean? I think to a certain degree, maybe he's not moving his feet fast enough. And that's not an accusation from me. That's just my assessment. Whereas, like, if I'm sitting up in this mansion, wherever I am, ain't no water coming in my crib. I ain't in no rush to really just.
I'm going to finish my breakfast. That's what he is, and that's not to make fun of it. But, yeah.
Well, I just want to say that Donald Trump don't care about black people. But him and his wife gonna go there, and she got on some heels. What you plan on walking in?
That was the coldest look. When who was that? Kanye said that. Mike Myers. That was the coldest look.
And Chris Tucker. They cut to Chris Tucker. He's like, man. That was crazy.
Chris Tucker was there because that
was
also
they cut too.
It cut to Chris Tucker. It's like, cut to the other Negro.
See what he said.
Chris talking like, what am I?
Yeah, man. I think somebody should pull Donald Trump in the water, him and his wife.
Yeah, they should.
And just throw him at an alligator. That's how I feel about it. Government, you want to
initially he said good luck to the people, right?
Did he say that?
Come on.
Initially he said good luck. We're gonna have our super producer check that out.
I think he
Marquise,
said it's the 12-year anniversary.
I think he said he don't like black people. I think that's what he said. I think he said, I hope all the black people die.
You just gonna stick with that one?
Yeah, I think
was Donald Trump's initial statement, I wish those people of Houston good luck, because I believe he was quoted as saying that, and people went viral on Twitter again, giving him the business about that. But he's the kind of president. I think Obama probably would have been with FEMA and all them from day one.
He's there now.
Yeah, he was there.
Is he there? Because people reporting that those pictures are old. People are reporting that those are old pictures of him feeding the homeless.
Oh, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
You can't trust the internet. That's why I hate.
Super producer Marquise Herron just informed us that Obama was not down there. But we can't really knock Obama because he's not in control of stuff like FEMA, the National Guard, things like that anymore. Now, would we want him to go down there as our hero, our superstar, Obama? Yeah, but
for what? He ain't got nothing to do with it.
True enough. He don't have to go down there if he don't want to. Not now.
The president should be down there because he's a chump.
Yeah. What? Trump.
But that posed a question. Just like yesterday, it rained. All these streets was flooded. We had to drive. It was like we in the truck in the water on the hood of the car. We driving through all these streets coming from the gym. Are we prepared for it? Because it's going to happen here. And then I told my girl, I swear I told her, I said, I'm going to go get 2 little rafts, keep them up in the garage, because it's going to happen. We're not prepared for it.
It's always good to be prepared, but I don't think that can happen here to that level. I think we too high above sea level, right?
But you got to remember, look, them days it rained for like, what was that day it rained for like 6 hours? Almost shut the whole city down.
But it won't stay.
You talking about
like
yesterday?
No, not yesterday. We talking about the other one.
It won't stay flooded like that, though. It may flood, but then it'll go down, like because.
Well, no, I guess okay. I agree with both of y'all. It's like you're saying the way the city is built, we above sea level, we playing. But he's saying like if it rains like that,
what
let's say for 10 days straight.
Down? What if everything under that break down? And just like yesterday, Woodward was what 3-4 feet, and that's Woodward. You know what I'm saying? So now we driving home, we cutting down all these streets. Coolidge, 3 feet. So everywhere we went, it was that much water. What if it would have rained for 6 more hours?
I don't think it would do that. It will go somewhere.
I don't know if Detroit has ever had that type of catastrophic weather.
But I guess tornadoes he's saying come rip this boy up.
We've had those.
We can get them.
But you saying we won't have those torrential
floods
type of
like
rain.
that. Well, I mean, the rain may keep falling, but as far as the floods, how it is in Houston, where the water is coming up, and like it was in New Orleans, where that's why they got levees, because they, you know what I'm saying, they so low below the sea level that they got to keep the water. I ain't like I truly know what it is, but I think that's got something to do with it. But we don't have to. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky and tell you this: stuff like that scares me more than wildfires, more than things like that, because spiritually speaking, if God wanted to really do that, I think He could. Now we ain't got to take it there. I'm just saying,
you just did.
The water itself scares me. Like, you know what I mean? Because ain't no, a fire you can try to put it out. When that water coming, it's just coming.
You just got to hold your breath and swim.
Well, Tez is scared because he can't swim. Yeah. Okay?
Get in the water sometime. Go to one of those.
I have y'all know, I wasn't here last week, baby, because I was on a cruise in the Bahamas. I stayed in the Atlantic Ocean.
You was on a boat.
No, we docked on the island.
Swam all the way.
Did you jump off the boat into that water?
Yeah. We docked on the island, and then we went to the island, to the beach, right off the Atlantic.
I said, did you jump off the boat?
Yeah,
did you jump off the boat into the water?
I walked in the sand.
With your flip flops on, and you walked over there and drank a Bahama Mama. And went back to the boat. You ain't swam on nothing.
You acting like
Melvin, I have you know the water was at least up to my shoulders. Now I can stand that deep in the water.
About 5'8".
Yeah. The water was, the water was up high. I made sure I came on back in. But Melvin, right? I can't swim worth a damn. But
Mel kicking real stuff though about, are we prepared for if something happened at all? Like, when the blackout happened, how many people was prepared for that?
Ooh,
nobody.
I remember that.
How long was I was down in Mississippi when that happened? But like when y'all was here, how long was out? Like was
3
the
days? Was it?
That's a long time, man.
Without nothing. It is.
Yeah,
a long time.
Prepared to survive 3-4 days.
You can't get no gas stations, power out. Everything.
I couldn't imagine, dude. And then you really find out how people are when now you got to depend on other people. Because Claude told me people down there, gas is like $8 a gallon.
Wow.
It's just a lot going on down there. Bottled water.
I'm gonna
24
shout
packs.
out any gas station that's price gouging right now. God don't like ugly, and you could basically eat a sack of baby legs.
Yeah, he meant to say
because-
something else.
And Trump
Yeah,
don't like black
I
people.
did.
I hope all your Snickers explode.
Right, because how you gonna sit there? How you gonna sit there and say, because we having this catastrophe, I'm gonna just go from $2.39 a gallon to $8, as if they like you. Oh, this will be fixed in about what 20
Well,
days?
now I think if they all change, it's not gouging because you got to remember, they got to get gas coming in. Like once they're out, so they got to make up for them days to even get that gas back in. So it's gonna go up regardless, because once they're out of gas, no trucks are gonna get to them. Nothing can get to them. So they got to do what they got to do to try to find other avenues to get the gas in there.
Let's find some other alternative fuel options. I'm sick of this fossil fuel.
Yeah, grease.
Period.
Somebody paid attention in physical science.
Electric car. Let's go with them.
He
Let's
said
do something
fossil
different.
fuel.
867.
And then so we'll go from there.
President Trump didn't say he don't like black people.
No, that's lucky.
Oh, which one you talking about? What was the other statement?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh, okay. So he did not.
He said congratulations, and we're not gonna say congratulations yet.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. I believe a couple of minutes ago I said that Donald Trump said good luck to those people, or I was trying to figure out if he did. Super producer Marquise Herring did tell me that he did not say good luck to those people, which, shockingly enough, I was wrong about a dumb statement that Trump made.
Yeah.
I quoted him on a dumb statement, and he actually did not make it. That's a first, I believe. That's probably a first in the country of Trump. But Mel, what you say he said, Mel?
Yeah, but he did say that he don't like black people. Yeah. If y'all got anything to say about this, what's going on with Harvey, man, just give us a call at 313-216-0674. If you want to donate anything, man, let us know. We'll find y'all the right connections for that.
And Josh
where to
posed a good point, man. Are you ready? If you're gonna give us a call, let us know. Do you have any type of disaster relief thing going on in your house? I know a lot of people do that. A lot of people use part of their basement.
Absolutely.
They got canned goods stocked
Absolutely.
up.
Water.
Water.
Blankets.
Yeah.
Generators.
Yeah.
You got to have all that, man. But like if that happened and some shut down the power or we flood out, and let's just say some do break where those generators can't push that water out and that water stays there and we can't maneuver around, what are we supposed to do?
Now, my grandmother, man, keeps the biggest Sam's Club, Costco packs of water in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So much so she forget how long this stuff be down there.
It's
So
water, it don't matter.
Yeah, well, water got an expiration date too, but you sound like her though. You got me drinking water from '76.
You gonna drink it though? If you got to.
When you drink it, you talk normal until you drink the water, and you drink the water and say, "Hey, jive turkey sucker." Why does water got me sounding like this? Hey, man, lady, you are a stone fox. Why am I talking like this?
That's funny. Coming
Oh,
straight out of
water.
comic book.
You just,
Trump coming straight out of comic book, Jack.
And I guess after all that, man, they said what they said is the 12-year anniversary of Katrina.
Yesterday
was. So hey, man, yeah. I don't know if that's God talking to us.
Uh-huh.
We need to get
Yeah,
right.
see, go
We need
there,
to get-
Mel.
Yeah,
Huh?
hey, so I mean, if your life ain't together,
saying God is trying to tell you something.
I don't even know how I go.
Speak, Lord. You ain't see the color purple, man?
I really pay attention to that much. No, I seen it.
Hey,
I
man,
really pay
Color
attention.
Purple is a cult classic. Now, it's certain areas of Louisiana that's being evacuated right now, probably as a precautionary measure, or
Not that far from Houston.
Hurricane
it's actually making its way over there.
coming back up.
Because Port
Okay.
Arthur, Texas is like 30 minutes, I want to say, from Louisiana. So they probably getting some of the same stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
Port Arthur, that's where the
UGK
famous
from.
rap group UGK is
Rest
from.
in peace, Pimp C.
And Steven Jackson, right? Steven Jackson, the basketball player, is from Port Arthur, Texas. For those of y'all that don't know who Steven Jackson is, he was the one throwing haymakers and knocking people out in the crowd at the palace.
At the melee, at the, what was it called? The melee at the
If
palace?
he ain't pumping no water out here, damn him.
if he ain't what now?
If he ain't pumping no water out of there,
That's funny.
Didn't the Tigers just get into a big fight with the New York Yankees?
yeah. I saw-
Melvin
I
would
seen
know
that.
this one.
Yeah. We was down at That was a Thursday, last Thursday.
Was it in New York or here?
That was here.
Wow, what's going on here?
Wait a minute, ain't the season over? The season's not over yet?
Our season been
I
over
think
with,
T
'cause
Grizzly
we-
was at the show. I don't know. I was at the game. His song came on, lit him up, you know.
And
Miguel just got down. Right.
On all 10, he stood.
On all 10.
Personally, I just feel like they waited to find a reason to go at a Joel Osteen. Ain't correct me if I'm wrong. The Bushes are down there, right? Are they in Houston?
They in Texas. They some
Hey,
part of
why
Texas.
we always got to find somebody to go after though, man? Just it happened. It's a disaster. Shut the hell up and deal with it. Like, all right, we why we got to go? Oh man, this person ain't helping.
Right,
Boo
right,
hoo
right.
hoo. All right, come on, man. All right, now it's gonna be what 800,000 GoFundMe pages. Look, man. I mean, we either need to be prepared or we not. I mean, we see these things happening all over the world. I guarantee you something's going to happen here because just like y'all said, oh, that'll never happen here. You know how many places they said that'll never happen?
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Something
going to happen
here, yeah.
here. When that water go come up, this little water that's to the left of us right now, it go come up for some odd reason.
Or like
a crack in the earth going to shift. And it's going to be on its way down, and we're going to be
get a
sitting there. I
tornado or
never would have
something like
thought, hey, man, help out Detroit, man. You know, whatever.
First of all, Melvin, you're a very morbid thinker. Why you even got to put that on us?
Yeah, man,
Like,
because that's how I am, man. Stay prepared, baby.
Gee.
While y'all drowning and dying, I'm just rolling past y'all in a raft, me, my dog, and my kids.
which brings the question again. Give us a call, 313-216-0674. You on right now, Primetime Talk on the Go Radio Network. You got Martez Jackson here, Melvin Bender, Joshua Adams. Josh posed a really good question, and I want to hear from y'all. Give us a call right now, 313-216-0674. Do you have a disaster shelter area in your home? Are you prepared? If so, what do you have in there? We want to know because personally,
Only gonna be closed when that happens.
all your little restaurants, Chicago, all the Jewtown Polish is gonna be closed. St.
Let me go to
Louis,
Heroes real quick.
all the barbecue spots gonna be closed. L.A. Roscoe's is gonna be closed.
Yeah.
Detroit, every Coney Island is gonna be closed. So what's your plan of attack as far as handling the
Bottled
catastrophe
water,
for you and your family?
M&Ms, and condoms.
Period.
What?
Keep the condoms. Keep the condoms.
Keep the condoms.
Hey, I'm married, so it's
Well, you
bottled
got to
water,
store it
M&Ms, and
raw
skin.
dog. It's just raw dog.
Well, this relationship is new, so it means it's gonna be bottled water and Plan B pills.
No, we need to be prepared, man. I think that's one of the things we just take for granted. And I'm one of them people that always like that. My girl said I'm crazy. Excuse me, because I do that.
Melvin, you are a little OCD, man.
Hey, man, but whatever though, man. But I'd rather be that because it's so second nature to me now.
Dude, I've watched your house while you and your lady was on vacation, man. And the OCD, like the cabinet where the dog food is, man, I had to eat up all the bags of Doritos just to get to the dog food.
You couldn't move it. You couldn't move it. Get your greedy ass. You couldn't move it up on the other cabinet. Man, we just Taz, watch the house. We going on vacation.
Man, I'm the wrong person to leave your keys with. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Man, that German chocolate cake was delicious.
My thing is always be prepared, man. That's my whole thing. And even when I go places, I'm real cautious of my fellas. I tell them stop getting gas at night. We got to stop taking things like that for granted.
Who you tell that to, Mel?
Yeah, you and Kool-Aid all the time, man. You know, so there's this all the time. So that's what we got to do, man. I say be prepared, even if it's getting bottled water. Just be prepared for a 2-week span. I think that'll be a good enough time. You get, canned goods, bottled water, like a 2-week. Keep you in the house. Make sure you're pumping your house working to pump water out, whatever. Make sure all that stuff, start up your generator if you got one. Make sure it's going and keep gas and stuff for that. Because like I said, you never know. I bet if it rained with 3 more days here, y'all will be wishing.
That's funny.
So,
But I like the point Josh made because here's a fun fact. During the blackout of 2004, there was a spike in pregnancies during that time. That's an actual fact. There was a spike in pregnancies during the blackout.
Ain't nothing else to do.
they must have called the bus out. Because it was going down. I guess so at night, you know what I mean? I mean, how many of them? No, I ain't going to say
It was
that.
romantic.
Yeah, how many of them
but you know what's
romantic? How
crazy?
many of them was forced?
You know what's crazy? The power was out in my crib. And it do kind of create that little ambiance. Only thing you thinking about really when your power go out in the house is the food in the refrigerator. Because you know if it ain't too bad outside, eventually they're going to get your power back on. So you only worried about the refrigerator, but that do kind of, you got to light candles. It do kind of set a mood. So I can imagine, you know what I mean? You know, you kind of worry, but not.
But what happened after that when you hungry and all the food done spoiled?
You just do it again. That's all it is. That's what our grandparents did. Man, why you think they had 8, 9 kids?
The baby boom. Did they come out of the Great Depression?
Exactly.
Right.
See that?
Right.
You see how you work, Josh? I like that. You know what I mean? And me and Josh actually born on the same day, both left-handed.
That was really gay.
Different years.
That was extremely gay.
I had to put that fun fact out there.
You know
what I'm saying?
Y'all go together now? You're a grown man. You know what? Guess we both left-handed.
Hey, left-hand Leo, stand up. Left-hand Leo, stand up.
Left-hand Leo's like gay.
Yeah. You stupid. Left-hand for no reason.
Obama left-hand Leo.
He's
now
gay.
What? No, why would you say that about our 44?
Well,
Baby?
Trump don't like black people.
You stupid.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all stick around. You know, we here. You know what I mean? Myself, Melvin, and Josh. In this 9 o'clock hour, we're going to get into something real interesting because we've all had experiences with good customer service, bad customer service. And speaking as black men, or I'm going to speak for myself, actually. You guys can say, you know, y'all opinion. But personally, I've had, as a black man, and trying to patronize a lot of black businesses, I've had a bit of a 70-30 roller coaster ride with some of the professionalism. Now, here's the deal. I'm not just picking on black businesses.
70 what?
70 good, 30 bad.
Okay, Ted's lying.
Yeah, no. But I will say this. I've also had my experiences with other businesses and cultures. And I actually had this conversation with Kool-Aid before because I believe Chinese food restaurants, for as much as black people eat Chinese food, those people are rude. Their customer service suck, in my opinion.
And they're disgusting.
But the food is delicious, though. But we're going to get into that, y'all, at the 9 o'clock hour. But thank y'all for hanging out. Once again, the phone number is 313-216-0674. Y'all can give us a call because right now we talking about this Hurricane Harvey. I want to keep saying Hurricane Katrina because that was the biggest until now, right?
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina was the biggest one until now, and for years since then, that's all you've been hearing about: Hurricane Katrina, and it also, I think it was really a big deal because Louisiana was built like that bowl you talking about, and the levees broke, and then you had movies and things like that. Now you saying Houston is built similar or exactly the same? Because I don't think nothing is as deep as New Orleans.
But they are like I'm saying, as far as compared to us, they're lower as far as sea level works.
Okay.
So that's why that was able to happen. Anytime you got levees, you low as far as sea level go. Not to say like Hurricane Katrina, but Louisiana is really deep down. You know what I'm saying? The way it's built, it's down in there. So that's why they put all those graves above water.
I've never been there.
Above the ground. I'm sorry.
See, I've never been. And then y'all know, thanks to this movie, the Essence Festival finna be lit. And my wife had the nerve to suggest we go. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many women finna be at the Essence Festival? Now, here's the deal.
So you saying you want to go with the fellas?
If the fellas want to roll.
Because you a cheater? I mean, are you?
No. Here's the deal. Now, me and my wife cool to the point to where my wife like dudes with muscles, so I don't know how she ended up with me.
Where this finna go?
No. I'm bringing it back around to Louisiana. I'm bringing it back around. I'm bringing it back around.
There's always do. They just gotta get used to it.
Yeah. I bring it full circle,
He
baby.
about to start talking about cereal.
So she want to go down there, but I'm thinking honestly, when is it? When is that festival?
The Essence?
Yeah.
I feel like it passed, but I could be wrong.
And in February, somewhere in there.
Roy Wood Jr. just hosted it right after we did something in March, so it had to be like I think it's June.
Anyway, long story short, people still telling me that they're still rebuilding from Katrina.
Oh.
Like even to this day, they're still rebuilding parts of New Orleans from Katrina. Mm-hmm. So, I was telling my girl, I probably ain't gonna want to go down there, especially if this second round of this hurricane is finna hit that other part. And furthermore, I don't want to go because my neck gonna be on a swivel looking at all the women
Yeah,
down
all the
there.
way on the swivel,
So
yeah.
I don't even want to. But what the point I was getting at, we cool enough. She know I'm a girl watcher, but I'd rather take that trip with the fellas. You know what I mean? And not because I'm a cheater, Melvin. Jesus
Oh, okay, that's what I
Christ.
All them big, thick po' boy eating women. Out there.
Yeah.
Why the po' boy?
Because that's
Why
what they
the-
eat in
Oh,
Louisiana.
Monster Slim Jim eating women.
They eat po' boys in down
Yeah,
Louisiana.
I know. The Essence Festival is July 5th through July 8th, fellas. We might have to plan a guy's trip. But you and Josh will probably be married by then, Melvin, on the rate y'all on. So
Hey, as long as the
Look at
girl
God.
cute, my girl, she with it.
Right. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, at the 9 o'clock hour, we're gonna go ahead and get into that, y'all. But we're gonna take a quick break here, and we'll be back with y'all shortly, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. You right now listening to Primetime Talk with the Fellas on the On The Go Radio Network. We'll see y'all in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, you are back on Primetime Talk with the Fellas right here on the On The Go Radio Network. You're listening now to Martez Jackson, my boy Melvin Bender, and special guest filling in for Kool-Aid, my boy Joshua Adams in the building, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. For those of y'all that was listening, for those of y'all who may not have been, we were discussing Hurricane Harvey and Joel Osteen, the fact that people came down on him basically for not contributing enough that they felt to the relief efforts. And like these guys were saying, they always attacking the big person in the controversy to make them the focal point of everybody's anger and frustration. I'm behind Joel Osteen, and not even in the regard of him being a pastor, because I got a lot of beefs with pastors. And actually, I wasn't here last week. These guys had a great discussion about pastors, mega churches, and the lives that some of these guys live. I listened to a lot of it. I agree with some things. I didn't agree. But don't just use Joel Osteen as a scapegoat for this world catastrophe. This is something beyond this man's control. And his building is flooded. What else do you want from him? You know what I mean? So that's on me. Now, the whole part about how pastors living, I will say maybe Joel Osteen should have fired up the old jet and flew some of them up out of there, since you want to have a jet, Mr. $80 million pastor.
Did Creflo get his?
No, you know what's crazy? I don't know. He was asking for $65 million. You know, he did a sermon after that, telling people,
Seen
like that. He was like, I ain't finna be ashamed for asking my people for that. Now I got a totally different view on that. Now I'm gonna just make this official. I'm against that type of thing. Your flock shouldn't have to pay you for a $65 million jet.
Well, we'll do it the next episode. When we do this, we're gonna have some pastors on. We want to find out, man, where's this money going? Where's the money going? What do y'all do with it? How come all the mega churches ain't come together right now and put a good $10 million? Throw some pumps in there. I don't know how they can get rid of this. Or really, what is the effort for? I'm sure they have enough food. Like what right now can they try to do? Is it like send certain boats in to get them out and put them somewhere?
Put some chlorine in the water. Do something.
Put tablets in the water. It's clean. Y'all go ahead.
Some big Brita filters and filter the water out. And they can drink it.
Hey, look.
So, man, you said next week. I got to make sure we clear on this.
Yeah, next week, man. We're going to have some pastors. We gonna get to the bottom of where the money goes in the church. That's what we're going to do.
Hey, Melvin said it.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
I'm going to call some friends. We all know pastors.
Trustees, if y'all want to come. Let us know, man.
Yeah.
Let us know and feel the firepower that we're going to bring.
This is going to be interesting. No,
it's going to be very interesting because I ain't going to pull up on y'all.
With this guy in the building, it's going to be interesting.
So.
And now, I ain't got nothing against what you're doing with the money necessarily. I'm just saying, I had this discussion in the barbershop one time. If the pastor's driving the Bentley, then I pray you got some sort of rent assistance program for your congregation. And most of them going to tell you that. The conversation we're going to end up having, most of them going to tell you for every time you ask them where the money going, they gonna provide you a list of programs.
Show me. Well, it got to be an LLC. It got to be something. Show me.
Yeah, they got all that. I'm sure they gonna come with that paperwork.
Church is a business, man. Like I don't really go to church like that. I got my beliefs about church, and it's like and the people that run them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of times people worship the pastor more than they do the God they supposed to be worshiping.
Yeah,
like they believe more in. I ain't gonna say no names like I'm knocking people, but I don't know. I just got my beliefs about church and giving money to people. Like if I'm gonna give my money, I just give it directly to somebody who need it, like on the street. Like if somebody like, hey, you got some change here, I'd rather do that than give it to somebody at a church.
Now here's the deal.
Right.
This is my complaint with that, because this is how I feel. And we could talk however long y'all want to talk
left hand Leo's, bro. You supposed to be on my side.
No. Here's the deal. We want now. Sometimes you gotta look at your pastor like this. He's just the messenger. He's the teacher. Sometimes you're right. People do put the man before the messenger. They worship him. It's like, just give me the message. So because your teacher, say your elementary school teacher, taught you great math, and you know how we all give props to a certain teacher, right? Yep. Like Miss Adams gave me the best multiplication tables, and I know math because they're inside and out. I'm an accountant now. You find out she was in a swingers club when you was 2. Do that make her a bad teacher? Just because this pastor is teaching the word of God, he's teaching the
What's
word
the
of
difference?
God.
Because teaching the word of God is a lifestyle. Algebra is just something you learn. It's a tool that you use. It's one thing.
No.
It's I mean, if you're a swinger, it's cool. You can still teach me the Pythagorean theorem.
No.
But you can't be telling
Josh, this is
me you
where-
can't. You know, you can't say you can't talk about homosexuals and then be one yourself. Ain't that what happened with my man down there?
You're talking about you're talking about hypocritical thinking. But I'm saying if he's saying the Bible, like let's take a passage. Let's just go word for word.
Mm-hmm.
If he say the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, now he's preaching, right? He just says that. He didn't say homosexuals suck, or no pun intended, but he didn't say homosexuals are the devil. He's saying the Bible says homosexuality is a sin. He could even be talking to himself.
But do he
I'm
believe
just
that?
saying. I'm just
to
saying.
read those words, you have to believe it.
Not necessarily pay him, but if you feel good in that word, you enjoy the way this choir sings every week. You enjoy the fellowship that's had. I don't mind some type of money being invested in that through tithing.
Well, the same thing with comedians do. Why we don't got Bentleys?
Kevin Hart got one.
Yeah, it's some that got them. It's some that got them. Now,
I mean, it's just
now
you need to preach on a bigger level.
I know. I'll put Josh's point into what you're saying. Josh's point is it's a lifestyle. These pastors are preaching a certain type of lifestyle, trying to convert and save souls, and some of that money that does come up is used for material things. True enough. Those pastors that use it wrong, a lot of them get in trouble for that. A lot of them get indicted. A lot of them have things. But if you got a 5,000 member congregation and they sow into your ministry and the building is well kept, there's air in the summertime, there's rental programs and funds for the kids, they're giving scholarships.
That's cool, but you don't need a Benz.
Let that man drive that Bentley.
You don't need no Bentley because this why. And I'm thinking about it.
Only my beef with the dude at the barbershop, he was trying to make it sound like even if those programs don't exist, my job is to give you the word every week. I'm like, nah, if you're going to drive that Bentley, dude, I need to see pictures plastered where you done gave away scholarships to all these kids. You know what I mean?
But what do you need a Bentley for? Like I'm saying, like if you preaching, you supposed to be other people. Jesus walked amongst the dregs of society. He wore tattered robes like everybody else. Like, why do you drive a better car than us? Take that money and put it towards making the congregation better overall so that we all driving neons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do you need a Bentley? You my pastor. Like, we need air conditioning here because this is where we come worship at.
Right.
You don't need no helicopter. You don't need no. I don't have unless the whole congregation got helicopters.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just weird about church. My bad.
Man, I agree. And we're going to say this, man. Like I said, every time we get on the subject, we just go. We're going to bring pastors in, and we really going to go at them. We're going to bring some in. We're going to bring the trustees.
Well, we're not going to go.
No, we're going to go at them.
But
we're
not going to go at them per se. We just...
if they stand on what they say, they should be cool, no matter who going at them.
Josh. That's what I told him earlier.
I figure like this: for as much sinning as I've done in my life, the least I can do is be nice to a pastor. Maybe when I get to the gates, Jesus, say, you know what?
You know what sinning this man doing? You don't know what he's doing. I mean, we done had a lot of pastors
that one pastor said he wanted to eat Nicki Minaj's booty.
But the Lord, that's still speculation.
Yeah, they don't know if he did it.
He said his Twitter account was hacked.
Okay.
And they tapped into it. I'm gonna ride with him.
I don't think they hacked it. You know what I think they did? Because he's just an older guy. He don't know the lingo. I think somebody photoshopped it. Because you can always take something they said and then just put something up under it and it looked like a Twitter post. I've done that before. I've done that with text messages because, I be lying to girls. But I don't do that no more. But it can be done. So I don't know. But maybe he did want it. Oh, my bad.
And if you've ever seen Nicki Minaj, at some point you may just have that craving. So, I mean, I can't really knock him, for being who he is.
To me,
you know what? I'll say this. She's the epitome of what we go see strippers for. Mm-hmm. Like all the makeup, the injections, all of that. Yeah. We go to the strip club to see that fantasy.
I never was.
You don't want to be with that though. Yeah, you don't want to come home to that. That's something you say.
Just ask my girl to strip. That's the case.
She fake. I don't like her the way she set up.
No,
it look weird.
Not at all.
I agree.
Now Rihanna putting that little weight on. What's up, Rihanna?
Hi, Rihanna.
Shout out to Royce.
Yeah.
Only people don't know where that came from. That's Royce 5 now. He went to Oak Park too.
Yeah, so I'm a Royce fan. Speaking of Melvin, you said why don't comedians have it? The trappings or the luxuries that a lot of pastors have, and us being comedians, I think we both in the business of providing services for people. Preachers get a word. Us as comedians, we bring laughter, we bring joy, we work comedy clubs. And by default, that makes us all businessmen, us, the pastors, and so forth. And talking about being businessmen, we've run into some issues lately. with certain businesses we're familiar with and certain types of customer service. And Melvin, me and you had brought this up because of a business we watching right now that we definitely want to succeed. We pretty much seeing certain customer service elements of that business kind of be played with. And I'm not a fan of that, in the sense that at this stage in my life, sometimes you can patronize a business, and depending on how bad you want the product or the service, you willing to deal with certain things. But at this stage in my life, there's only two things I want. I want a good product, a good service, and on top of that, I want good customer service. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know. But it just seemed like to me, customer service is at an all-time low everywhere you turn around.
That's funny you say that, Tiz, because I just took some chicken wings back to this restaurant. Because I used to be the kind of guy like, all right, just remake it. But now it's like, nah, man, I waited. Y'all didn't do it right. I just want my money back now. Like, right. I'm just like, that's when I realized I was
don't even give them a chance.
No, they was like, you don't want us? Nah, I'm straight on these dry wings. I'll leave. You know what I'm saying? Give me my money, and I'm going to go get this shawarma from somewhere else.
And you know what's crazy? Kool-Aid and my wife are the worst, in my opinion. Melvin, you kind of like this too. But I used to be that guy. I used to be very passive, like, well, I just eat it. Don't worry about it. We ain't finna drive 9 miles back. When I'm on the road with this guy in Kool-Aid, we could leave a rest stop in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. We going to Philly. We 5 miles outside of Philly. They want to turn around and go back to Einstein Bagel Company on the turnpike just because something wasn't made right. I
throw it away. I throw it away and just call the people stupid and never go back there. Because all right, we gonna get to it. We gonna cut through all this BS. Black people that work in anything, you are idiots, flat out. Now there's bums. You don't do your hair. You don't do your makeup.
There's a difference between a mistake being made, like bad chicken wings, versus bad customer service. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Such a sucker.
Hold on. Let me define. Let me explain. Now, Josh said they made a mistake. Now, were they rude to you? Let's break it down. If we're going to talk customer service, let's break down the levels.
They weren't rude.
Now, a mistake on some chicken wings is different than somebody coming up to you, bad attitude, you know what I mean, off the rip, all of that type of stuff.
Customer service is under one umbrella, bro.
He said, no sin is greater than
another. Anyway, customer service is one thing, man.
No, a simple mistake. Now, the girl that helped you, is her customer service bad if the chef was too busy on Facebook and left the wings in the grease for too long?
Absolutely. That's the manager's fault for not doing their job and delegating right now.
No, is it the girl?
Talking to a dude that's in
is
the
it the girl at the register fault?
No.
You're not going to chastise. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, you chastise the company as a whole or the manager. You go let's tell
the world. You worked in management, and see, you the kind of manager I hate it. When one person do something, you want to get on everybody. And I've always been the type of employee. If I ain't the one that made the mistake,
I don't get on everybody. I get on the manager, like the person that's under me, that's supposed to be delegating to them. That's your job. That's what you get paid to do. If they're not doing something right, that means they wasn't taught right or trained right. Manager's fault. Everything falls on the manager's head or the boss's head. If I'm doing a job and I'm the manager, whoever hired me, and if I'm messing up, it's on them.
Okay, Melvin. So let's go here. In your opinion, give me what constitutes bad customer service.
Everything in Detroit. Go ahead.
No, that's true. That's a fact.
Nah, go ahead.
You gotta check your bag before you leave anywhere in Detroit. Like, I got a junior bacon with no burger on it. I got to the crib.
We had a fried bacon sandwich.
It was ketchup, pickled lettuce, and bacon and bread. Like, and I wanted to ask them, like, so do you think people come here and be like, man, Wendy's bread be slapping? Like, you think that's what I came here to get from y'all? Man, give me my money back. No burger.
But okay, y'all saying that like black and it ain't just them.
No, it's just them.
I always make this statement, man.
I drive to the suburbs to get anything.
You guys have no idea how much Chinese food I eat during the course of a year.
We can tell.
I was just about to say that.
I slow pitched it.
We understand.
I slow pitched it to him.
Yeah, that was a lie. I had to do.
Dude, when I tell you, it's rare that I find one of them that's pleasant. And it got to a point, actually, Kool-Aid helped me understand this. I don't even think it's them being rude. I just think it's their personality.
It's their culture.
Thing is, it's their culture. But I feel like this, when you're working amongst black people, especially the way we snap off, You better get that together and show me some respect.
No, they got nunchucks back there. They don't worry about what you're coming with.
But how many Chinese star?
Ricky Tan and
The triad come running out the back.
It's gonna be on the ball game.
No, let's call it what it is. It's not just them. Now we live in Detroit, where every gas station and convenience store, and liquor store is owned by Arabs and Chaldeans. Let's call it what it is. It's 50-50 on their personalities.
Oh, it's never great. But you don't go in there. You go to the gas station for customer service, you go 5 on 10. You in and you out. Like, that's someplace customer service ain't nothing. Like, you know.
But see, now I think it all plays a part. Because whether my interaction with you is 10 seconds or if I'm sitting down for an hour and a half meal at a restaurant, it's all the same.
If it's boom and boom, you ain't got to say much to me. 5 on 10. I'm walking out. I don't really say nothing to them. I don't give them nothing to really be pleasant to.
Yeah. Sir. See you later, whatever. That's cool. That's like a speedy service.
Yeah,
if you're just doing something else, like if you're in there and like Josh said, you got to check your bag every time.
Right.
Every time. Now we all know
Melvin said
in the suburbs, it's gonna be better. We know that.
It is.
Melvin said the whole city of Detroit. Now, what in your opinion, what constitutes bad customer service? If you had to make a list, or maybe it's just one thing.
All that, man. Just how you act when you're in there. For example, I used to go to this restaurant, Nikki D's, on 8 Mile Evergreen.
Very familiar.
And we used to go in there
I hit
and
them
eat.
regularly.
Yeah, as comedians, like, we would be in there eating we'd be in there all night after a show, 2 in the morning. We'd go in there, me and Ron Taylor, CP, Jeff Horace, Bearsman. We'd be sitting there eating. And the customer service was terrible. But the only reason we put up with it is because they had the finest women working behind there.
Yes.
They was thick. And they was on tip.
And
so
they was on tip, and they was asking for tips.
Yeah,
they
so it was like
for a tip in a heartbeat. I'm like, for what? You didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You back there.
They smacking their lips and all that stuff. And I put up with it. But then as time went on, the quality of the server got terrible, and the service was still bad. It's like, I'm not finna put up with this. If you ain't fine, I'm not finna take this from you. You know what I'm saying? So I took my money elsewhere. So it's just
try and get a pass.
Oh, for sure. You can talk to me. You can spit on my chicken pita. I'm like, all right then.
Sir, is this yours?
Put that dollar in the tip cup. Appreciate it,
My
mom.
my thing is, man, when you go in places, and I don't care if it's blacks to me. It's like we don't care. You go to work. My thing is, I've always been, you go to work to make money.
True.
Now, you go to work to make money. You look like anything. Your hair not done, your uniform not clean, and not ironed. But you'll go to a party and spend money, or a club and spend money to look good, but you won't go to work to do it. That's kind of like really stupid to me. It's like you don't put the effort in to make money, but you put the effort in to go be broke because you're going to buy an outfit, do your hair, do your makeup, guys get cuts, all that to go spend money. My thing is, man, step up, start looking presentable, be groomed. It's nothing wrong with that, and that's the manager's fault. And like I say, even the things that my family has owned, when people come in like dirty uniform, this, that, and the other, we would pull them to the side. Yeah, your uniform is dirty, your hair messed up. You need to go home and get that together and come back. We didn't do it in a disrespectful manner, but we let them know. And some of the, like, if you smelled,
our super
right?
producer Marquise Heron is back there cracking up. No, but you know what, Melvin? That comes from two things. You being raised a certain way, and then when you got on every job you had, you already took that in, so nobody ever had to address you about it. And then you had coworkers where you would peep this, but as an employee or their coworker, you couldn't say much. Once you got into management, you were able to take your good home training and incorporate it with company policy that already existed anyway. Who lets this happen? I'm gonna tell you something. It's a McDonald's near my barbershop.
What street?
Harper and Casual.
Okay, that one. I just need to know where not to go.
No. They actually closed because they finna rebuild it.
Okay.
And it's something I don't understand how all of these places, the world is supposed to be broke, but they rebuilding every fast food restaurant in the country.
McDonald's turned their money in 8 months. It take $1.5 million to start it. You turn your money back. You're gonna make money in the McDonald's regardless. It doesn't matter if it's the worst McDonald's or the best McDonald's. They're still going to buy it because it's a brand.
McDonald's like drugs. It sell itself.
That's it.
Well,
yep.
then
So they see them arcs. Yeah, so
then
they put a new one over there.
Well, then that explains why we getting a bad customer service. Because if the bacon cheeseburger with no burger gonna sell itself, then why do I have to sit up here and come down on these kids who and let's call it what it is too.
Ain't always kids though, Tez.
No, I was finna say that.
And the black restaurants would be grown people.
I was
in
finna
there,
say that
Tez.
because restaurants ain't what they used to be. Remember when we was coming up in them 90s and them 80s, Restaurants, you could be 16 and work these restaurants.
That's where you were supposed to be at.
But now, the way George Bush screwed the country around, it's still grown people working these jobs just to pay their bills. Kids don't have jobs no more.
Well, no, people need to understand the McDonald's, those jobs are called startup jobs. They're geared to prepare you for the bigger and better jobs.
They were called startup jobs.
Right.
Most people
But
working them
people-
now.
Showing up on time, doing what you're supposed to do. Like, it
Right.
taught you how to work a real job.
And that's exactly what they were bred to do.
But is
now,
it not a bunch of grown people working?
It
on
is now. So that's why people going in there saying, hey, we want $15 an hour. You got to understand some people. All the McDonald's employees and all this, yeah, you want $15 an hour. But guess what? Because the corporations know that this is a startup job. It was meant for teenagers to get to that point. When you start going, hey, we want this amount of money and you're still giving bad customer service, go to Japan. They got 2 people working and machines making all
Kiosks.
this. So now it's going to get to a point where they're going to say, you know what? We tried to help you guys out by giving you money for startup jobs. Now we're going to put 2 managers in there
And a
we're going to put
kiosk.
these machines.
Oh, ain't no managers, engineers.
Yeah, we're basically right. That's going to be engineers, and you're done. And now you won't have a job. You
And
think
a kiosk.
McDonald's is concerned about you saying, "Ooh, we're gonna strike and we're gonna do this"? Go ahead.
They doing that now. You see how the drink machines are now? The drink machine fall out and you just press the button and it puts it all in there. They don't need them.
The burgers and everything is going to be the same. Going to be the same way.
Now, but I just feel like this: when they start to make them kiosks and everybody lose their job, then the crime rate is gonna go up. Because the kids who should have those jobs, them the ones out here committing the crimes, the 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. But I always say this, since you demanding that $15 an hour, and I believe this is what's going to happen, because this is how the world play tricks on you. They're going to grant them $15 an hour.
Never.
So hold on. They're going to do that, and then what you just said is going to happen right after that. So here go $15 an hour, but instead of 4 y'all on the front, it's only one person. They getting that $15 an hour, and these 3 machines is doing the rest.
Oh no, it's gonna be some kid out of MIT working in there. There ain't gonna be no regulars in there no more.
Go down.
Yeah, it's
You
going
need to
down.
fix it.
They need somebody in there who know how to work with the motherboard and be able to switch
And I
stuff in
tell
and out.
y'all one thing. I'm all for people fighting for labor rights because we was practically raised on labor jobs and labor money.
Yep.
Get your money, but I better not get one cold French fry. If y'all get that $15 an hour, it's bad enough right now. I got to deal with y'all bad attitudes.
I agree.
I got to deal with just long lines and waiting because this person ain't doing this person ain't doing that. I better not get one cold French fry.
Why y'all got 2 windows in the drive-thru and y'all never use the other one?
Oh man, they don't. The other one is non-existent now.
Yeah,
They never use it.
all you do is see people back there smoking cigarettes.
Man.
In that window,
that little window.
they
That's
smoke.
it. Yes, I
Y'all-
see that
whoa,
all the
whoa,
time, dude.
Y'all have seen people smoke
have
in that
physically
window.
seen
Rolling
the
up
people
weed,
standing
they
in
be sitting
there.
there. You can look through there and you know everybody.
Yes,
no.
yes.
I would say what I
swear.
seen in there for real, but I don't know how far we can go in here. But they get busy in that first window.
Are y'all serious?
Yes, I have seen them. blow
I done
smoke out that
seen
second
I done
window,
seen
man.
like boxes stacked up in that window and a sign on that window that says, pull forward. I've never seen it go down in the DM.
They ain't playing in that first
Going down
window.
in the DT, the drive-through, baby.
Come to the second window.
It's going down in the DT.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah,
All
man,
I'm saying
it's-
is, perfect example. I went to a McDonald's probably 3 weeks ago, and I waited forever in this McDonald's. It was off the chain. I ain't gonna front. Finally get my food. The fries is cold. I go back in there. Oh, girl, like, I'm sorry. Well, first of all, when I went in there before I got my food, she said, here, I'm sorry. They always offer you to drink. You want a drink? You want a dessert?
Right.
And, of course, me being me.
I'll take all that.
You know what? I'm going to go and take a little. Give me 2 apple pies and a little
2
high
apple
C
pies.
orange. So I get all that. I get in the car. Then she come out there bring the food. I taste a fry ice cold. I go back in there. If y'all would have seen the look this girl gave me, like I was getting on her nerves.
Oh, they always do that. Yeah,
I'm like, I waited almost an hour for some McDonald's, and my fries ain't even hot.
Wow.
And first of all, what made you wait almost an hour? Because there's nothing in McDonald's unless it got
Nah,
2
you know what it
legs,
is?
They be
breasts.
slapping. Sometimes I get it, man. I sit around like I ain't gonna trip. It's like stuff happens sometimes. So an hour is a little crazy, but it ain't like Popeyes.
A
Like
half an
chicken
hour
takes a
is
long
crazy.
time for chicken to be made. But boy, if you don't drop them fries and quit playing,
All right, we got one of our guests listening in, Miss Lisa Davis. She said, I'm hiring at McDonald's Jefferson and Crane. Send the teens. I like that. I appreciate that plug. Jefferson and Crane for everybody listening from the Detroit area. Jefferson and Crane, McDonald's hiring. She said send the teens. And I believe those jobs, the management positions, of course, should be for the adults. You know what I mean? Because that's more of a career move. You work your way up, general manager. Some people even saving to buy or invest in a franchise. But then register.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
I'm going to say, what's her name again?
Miss Lisa Davis.
Lisa Davis, and she's on Jefferson and Crane.
Jefferson and Crane.
Ask her how was that McDonald's, like the uniforms, the cleanliness, and all this stuff in that one. How is it?
You now, gotta the bathroom to get in.
Now, if she's saying she's hiring, she may be the manager. First question: are you the manager? And if so, what do you do? Do you promote or not necessarily promote? Is there? Explain the violations to us. Matter of fact, we want you to call in and talk to us. 313-216-0674. Call us right now and tell us the whole process and protocol for we're going to start with the hair and the uniforms, because I do believe that. And that's not just McDonald's. Understand something. We're not picking on McDonald's, because between the three of us, somebody going to eat some fries within the next 2-3 days from McDonald's.
I had
all I do.
Right here. So
Period.
The real.
Period.
Yeah, I had, and it was hot and fresh.
We sitting up in McDonald's. Your service is terrible, but them fries don't. Them fries,
they got the best fries.
When they hot, then you put the salt and pepper on there, and then don't order a little barbecue sauce on this. So why am I just going?
I know that's what you do. Everybody don't do that. Man.
Salt and pepper.
I just feel like, see, Melvin, you just said Detroit. I get it, man. We in the city. We try to patronize. Let's take it to the other level.
Go ahead.
Cuzzo's Restaurant.
Yep.
In my opinion, premier customer service. Tell me you've had a bad experience over there.
No.
Always good.
No.
Always good.
I haven't.
Always good.
But see, he gets it.
Off the chain.
He gets it over there. He got the right people. They know how to move. They know how to operate. And they were trained to do that. He got the best ones in there. You know what I'm saying? They look the part. The waitresses and everybody look the part. The guys be on point. They do their job over at Cuzzo's, man. And we be coming to y'all, holler at y'all about
shout out to
some
Cuzzo's.
promotion stuff.
How long Cuzzo's been there?
Cuzzo's been there 2 years now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they made. I was going to say, let's see. If it was a year, that first year, they always got to keep it on point, because it's a
no,
business.
it's
But
crazy.
2 years, that's just how they are.
But what's crazy, to show you how good it's going, they gonna put their whole business in the news. They posted their profits in the newspaper and highlighted one of the owners.
Wow.
Like, why would you put that I done grossed $2.2 million and then put my picture right in the paper?
I'm sure he don't stay where Cuzzo was at. I'm sure you got to get to him.
He stayed with a good McDonald's at, where the fries hot. That's what he stayed at.
He's Roseberg. So
I honestly don't think it's all black businesses. I believe you're gonna have bad customer service in every business.
Wait a minute. I'm definitely not saying black businesses.
Right.
I'm saying where there are the most with African Americans, we tend to not care. We don't care. Like if you're bad and we say we're gonna tell the manager or whatever, you like whatever, you don't even care anymore. You just don't care. So why would you even work a job that you don't care about?
Yeah, why you here?
My girl Keisho Angel, that's Kessho. Keisho Angel said their attitudes are terrible. And this is my beef. This is my biggest beef. And then we're going to step outside of McDonald's now.
The women attitudes are very bad.
We're going to step outside. But the dudes too tough for me.
Dudes be keeping it too real.
Yeah, they too
be
tough for me.
Yeah. Like, man, this ish ain't no good, bro. It's like, fam, my daughter with me. Don't
right. But let's step outside of McDonald's for a minute now. We've all worked in comedy clubs and bars. And we've done comedy nights at certain bars in the neighborhoods. And the customer service absolutely sucked. And I've ran comedy nights where I have practically begged owners. And it starts with these owners and these managers. Dude, can you please stay on him or her about, make sure that the people are seated, make sure that somebody's swinging through every so many minutes to check on the customers. And these same people that work at these bars will stand behind the bar with the most self-righteous attitude. They ain't tipping tonight. I'll be want to slap somebody's nose backwards when they say that, because I just sat here and watched you not go check on the people, not wipe off a table, just smile, have some sense of decorum when you servicing people.
Your energy is everything. Even if you go, you can go fake a good attitude. People can tell. If you ain't feeling it, don't go to work. If you're in the service industry,
I agree.
Don't go to work, because I can feel, even though you ain't really feeling this. You just here doing through the motion. So people always want something for nothing. If you're not doing the job and you're not going the extra mile, why would people tip you?
But people who work for tips, I got to say this too to you guys. You have an hourly rate. Now, from what I understand, because my grandmother did hair and she works off for tips like for most of her life as a young woman. When people who work for tips in the restaurant industry, I'm saying, when they get an hourly rate, it's lower than the average. It's lower than minimum wage because their salary is averaged out on the tips, right? You still can't depend on those tips. You still have an hourly rate. You have to earn those tips. You can't go in just automatically assuming, oh, I'm finna crack $100 in tips today. There are those who do it, but typically it's those people who smile even when they're not getting a tip. Those people who go get those condiments or run back and forth. But I also got to say this to people, because just as we talking about customer service, what about customer etiquette? Now, what about those people who just unsatisfied at the restaurant? Come on, man.
Yeah,
the people that send the waitress back and forth and back and forth.
You have those people. That's not a gang of them though. You always gonna have those, but we got to understand, like us.
Melvin, that number probably matched to the same number of women who. That number probably matched the number of unprofessional waitresses that do.
I've had to check plenty of girls.
I think that's a high
for
number of people.
Crazy. Yeah. It's like, girl, don't talk like that. Take this bag. It's like they about to lick that French toast. Like, you need to be cool.
They
like
back there wiping their ass with your butt.
Yeah, it's like you got to be careful how you talking to these people, man. And I'm even like this on the phone. Like, even dealing with people customer service on the phone, I don't spaz on them people because, you know, this ain't them. You know what I'm saying? They only following their rules, their protocol, so I can't get mad at you. Like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I empathize or sympathize, whatever it is, too much. But I just don't really go in on them people like that, man.
No, I don't think you should. I mean, I think we need to do what other people do. Like you said, if we go to a McDonald's, we go to somewhere. I want to stop saying McDonald's.
White Castle, you get us sued.
If we go somewhere in the hood and it's bad, because it's there, we go back. So we have accepted their attitudes. We have accepted the not cleanliness. We have accepted that because we're going to constantly go back.
Well, Melvin, that just depends on how good the ribs is.
Yeah,
now, if you're talking about Junior's Rib Shack over there, I mean, I could deal with it, but that sauce, man. When you take your bread, you sop up the.
But look at Slows. Slows is great. Yep. Slows is great, and they got another one in Pontiac now.
You know, I never had Slows.
Yeah,
this one inside the Ford Field. Yeah. But yeah, people need to watch how they treat the servers too, because like you said, it's an etiquette to that. Because the more the nicer you are, or the more cordial you are with them people, the easier it is to serve you. Like, don't make it hard for them. You know, I just try to be as cordial as I can, because you never know what people doing.
And you know, it's crazy. My wife said I tip too much, but my wife is that person that Josh is talking about. She don't say it too nasty, but my wife will run a server. Can I have some more honey mustard? Can you get this? Can you get that? And when we get ready to tip, I'm like, baby, you just sent her on a track meet. You sent her on a decathlon.
Half muscles burning.
You do that too, though.
What now?
When we go to a restaurant, dude, I swear this is.
Go ahead.
Get some salt. They come back with the salt. Yeah, let me get some pepper too. They didn't even go back.
I didn't ask for the pepper with the salt.
You know what? Let me get some barbecue sauce. They come back. Yeah, and I'm going to need some extra napkins.
I don't do that.
Yes, you do. Every single time we go.
Well, guess what? If I do, it's because I miss my wife. Because she know.
I'll be like, man, tell them everything you want, man.
Just bring everything. I don't even know what I need this barbecue for. I got pancakes. I'm tripping.
No, that's legit for 10.
Hey, man, I put barbecue sauce on pancakes. Hilarious.
I know you was like that, Tez. That's crazy. You be running the service like that? No, you be running the service.
What you got to understand is the barbecue sauce is made with molasses. So you don't put that on your pancakes anyway.
That's real.
So you just eliminate, you just bring the barbecue sauce and the molasses on the pancakes.
Spicy pancakes. Them some spicy pancakes.
That was the most extra fat thing I ever seen.
But I am a firm believer in, it starts with the business itself, the management. But then when you get to the waiter or waitress, that should be something that should be addressed on that shift. But is it okay, Melvin? You've been in management. Do y'all be that busy where you can't pick up Tasha or Lisa's bad attitude that day, or whoever else,
me,
Jonathan?
Totally, me, absolutely. The second we see it, the second anything that was ran by a vendor or a manager, anything when I was in the hotel business or food, guaranteed. The second I see it, I didn't like. No, come here. Why are you talking to that lady like that? You seem like you got an attitude. What's going on? Are you good? Well, I ain't really feeling it. Okay, everybody rotate. You go in the back. You come up front. and that's how you do it. You got to move people around to say, okay, this is how you do it. It's about delegating.
Now, did you, when you rotated them to the back, did you elbow them and hey man, what's going on? Or did you grab them by the throat and say, get your attitude together? Or you up out of here?
Oh no, you got to sit them in the back and be like, okay, now you back here. Now you ain't want to deal with the customers. Now, as soon as you finish after the rush, I need you to wipe these walls down, take that garbage out, go clean the dumpster.
They get extra duties.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I bet you be smiling the next day.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Better be a hold of the ball game.
You want a McFlurry?
Well, you know what? I am about to run and get some real flurries just for you, baby. Because I am not cleaning out another dumpster.
Now, personally, I have never worked in that. I only like my jobs like that was stock people. So I never really had to deal with the public. And crazy enough, I had the best personality. I was a bagger for a grocery store and then a stock boy for about 4 years. And then I got in the IT field. So, I worked for Pepsi. And I was stocking the shelves during the holiday season. And I probably did display some bad customer service because during the 4th of July season, I got to build these displays and stock these shelves. And that week, as soon as I put 9 cases of pop out there, I ain't talking about the regular case. I'm talking about like pallets. I done did that 4 hours, boom. I'm getting ready to leave. They asking me, oh, y'all ain't got no more diverners. There is no more diverners. Well, how come you can't this? I got to sit there and take that. Yep. Now, there is a such thing as us coming in with our attitudes too, be it fast food, be it a restaurant. You got people that sit down, man, we stand-up comedians. Y'all have been on stage, and y'all have looked down in that first row, 2 rows that you can see from that stage, like, her attitude messed up. I don't like the way he looking. You know it's people that's coming with that mentality. So it's like, we can't blame, let's just say, a customer service person had a run-in with another customer before you got there. Or you sit there and watch this customer fight with the customer service rep, right? You know the customer is wrong. How do you expect them to have a good attitude after that? Now, Melvin, you in management, you expect them to just snap back and get it together. Hell yeah, I'm pissed off. I don't even want to be up here right now. And I feel like as my manager, you should have threw that person out. But no, the customer is always right. So what?
No.
Go ahead.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes. Now, I was notorious. Any of us, any of my family members, we were notoriously known for fighting for our staff. Okay. When like if somebody, like if I'm watching it, even when I was in the hotel business, if I'm in the office and I'm watching it, and they disrespect them, you know what? Excuse me, Tia, I got it from here. We politely decline them. Here's your credit card back. You cannot come in this hotel. You can leave.
Well, I'm calling corporate.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, because they give you that empowerment to do that. So they gonna call corporate and complain. Melvin, how'd you tell him? Well, I didn't like the way he yelled at Tia, so I went up there, I took it, and I politely told him I get him the credit card back, and I said I apologize, but we don't want your business here, and they left. And corporate gonna say, okay, thank you, click, it's done. They're going to say, well, you can't come back. You can refuse anyone anywhere you want to and anything you do, and that manager's supposed to stand up because it ain't all about the money. You're not going to disrespect my employees. It's not going to happen.
Now, fellas, if you going to work that day and your girl...
That's McDonald's.
And your girl has made you guarantee her some rent money, you can't have an attitude all day at the job because you can't go to the strip club. And ladies, the same thing. If you can't get your hair done because your kids need something, don't take it out on us. We got a call on the line. Caller, thanks for calling Primetime Talk with the fellas. What's going on?
Hi, this is Lisa Davis calling in to answer some questions that you guys had.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for calling, sweetheart. First of all, Tell us what exactly your position is with McDonald's. And give us a little bit of your background.
Well, my position at McDonald's is I'm a general manager, and my background is I've been in restaurant management positions for maybe 20-some odd years.
Oh wow!
So it's been like Cook Park, Checkers, Burger King. I did a lot of restaurants, just about Wendy's. So I've been all around.
Okay, sweet. Well, thank you for calling and giving us some insight. I'm sorry, that's a slip of the tongue. Insight, because we do got some questions for you. First of all, now you heard us talking. A lot of people had these concerns. Sometimes there is a situation where, let's start with the hair and the uniforms and things like that. Do you think people take that a little too lightly because they working in the fast food industry? Do you find yourself having to crack the whip a lot?
Yes, I do. If you don't have a hair or you don't have your hair combed, we give you an hour to go home and come back. Get yourself together and come back to continue to work. If you go home and you don't return, then that's the day you have off, plus 2 more suspension days. When you come to McDonald's, you have to present yourself as an employee, meaning your hair needs to be done, no fingernails, your hygiene needs to be good, and your clothes need to be clean.
Okay, cool. So essentially, have you guys? I know you've had to terminate people, but how bad is the situation where you would say, if you had to give a percentage of employees that you personally have had to let go over the years, just for something like that?
Probably about 85%, because most of them don't really care about the job.
Ooh.
What it is, they come in and they work.
Wait a minute.
Just because
That's a high number.
Necessarily.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, because in my 26 years, right? Or
In your 26 years.
Yeah, in my 26 years, yeah. I would say about 85%, because you got a lot of them. Okay, just like y'all was talking about, they get dressed up for the club, but when they come to work, they work a certain way. Some of them still come in next day drunk for being at the club.
Ooh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of them still come in. You may think it's Pepsi in the cup, but if you walk past enough, it's something else. With the Pepsi. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Lisa? Is that her name, Miss Lisa?
Yes.
Miss Lisa, this is Josh Adams here. I want to know, how often do you guys utilize that first window in the drive-thru?
Well, we utilize both our windows. Some of our stores have 3 windows, and they utilize them all. We're a black-owned company, so they're not going to let no money, pass through. We don't have no boxes, blocking no windows at none of our stores. Okay. We have 15.
Okay, so no smoking in the first window. All right, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
That's hilarious, but that's a real question, because when that was implemented, everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lisa. Go ahead.
I understand what Martinez was saying about the Hot and Casual store, because I just came from that store, and that store was like the worst store. It sat at the bottom of the 15 stores that they had.
Ooh.
And the reason why we shut it down was for most of the things that Martinez said they were doing. Most of that stuff was done at night. The smoking, the sitting in the lobby, that type of stuff. So that's why we had to close that store down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just weren't making no money.
Okay. Now, is it true what like Melvin Bender said, that the turnaround on your investment in the McDonald's? Are y'all really slanging them burgers? Go ahead. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
The turnaround was good. We always got something new. Like, we're about to come out with the chicken tenders. They used to be called selects.
Okay.
So we coming out with the chicken tenders now. We brought the 2 for $5 back. There's a lot of things we're coming out with, but the turnover is good. Actually, my store just went up like 1.2% in sales. I believe it's because school is back in, maybe.
Okay.
So everybody getting back up in sales now since school has started back.
Now, fast forward. Now let's move past the uniforms. Now, how do you address? Melvin was talking about how you address an employee with that little nasty attitude. Now, tell me this: you deal with a lot of younger people, right? Let's just say under 30.
It's not the younger people. Believe it or not, it's the older people that get the attitude.
The older employees.
It's the older employees that get the attitude. I have a lot of teens in my store, and they work in the afternoon, but it's a lot of the daytime employees in my store, which are adults, that give a lot of attitude.
Now, why as a manager, right? You worked your way up. You obviously had a pleasant attitude, because you wouldn't have worked your way all the way up to general manager. Why do you think that is, and how do you deal with those types of employees? Because we got to deal with them as the customer, and we be sitting back there wondering, not to cut you off, but we got to deal with it as customer, we be sitting back there wondering where y'all at, the managers and the general managers. When I'm sitting here and this girl or this dude giving me all his attitude and cold French fries, what, like, how do you deal with it? And you know, go ahead, tell me your procedure.
Well, see, for me myself, when I work, I'm always on the floor, so I'm always up front. And I don't really have that on my shift. So when I come in, they tell me this person had an argument with this person. You know, we done had a few people throw some drinks on the person because of their attitude.
Wow.
And most of the parties is because they done got a person's order wrong.
Hold on.
And the person comes back and say, I'm
the, the customer threw the drink, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only reason why they may have to do something like that because they'll come back with their food. And maybe they will come in angry because I get a bag that's not good. I'm going to come back angry, and, you know, that's our attitude. But the thing is, you have to listen to that person and find a solution. The first thing they do is argue back with that person. I know I gave you those fries, or I know I gave you those sandwiches. Don't argue with them. It don't cost us nothing. Give it to them. Give them what they want.
Here's the deal. I do got it. Now, I'm glad you said that because I got a question for you. Companies will emphasize cost cutting and budgeting and all this and that, and then you want to tell me that it's not their money or you ain't gonna lose nothing. Make up your mind. If I gave this dude 9 napkins, you like, well, give him 2. If I gave him some not so hot fries, you like, well, why are you giving away fries like that? Tell me this, which one is it?
Well, the thing is, McDonald's brand is for however many sandwiches I gave you, for however many items on your bag, that's how many napkins you are supposed to get. So you got some people who live strictly by that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you come in and you get 9 sandwiches and 10 fries, you only supposed to get 19 napkins, not 20. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So when some of them give most of the weight, when some of them give most of it away like that, and then they call it a paper cost. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything costs. Not a lot of stuff costs a lot, but when you order 10 cases of napkins, you should be ordering 3 cases for that week. You know, that's money.
Now you
that's
get
when
into
they
the
start
cost.
complaining about it.
Right, okay.
That's when they start complaining about it.
So are y'all really getting rid of the high C orange?
Actually, we brought some of it back in some of our stores because most people don't like the Fanta, so most stores are selling both high C and Fanta.
Good job.
Now, what was the whole reason of taking it away anyway?
You know, that I couldn't tell you. I think it was McDonald's thing. I think it was the whole store. I think it was a McDonald's thing.
Josh say y'all was just trying to keep the black man down. Mel, did you have any questions for Ms. Lisa?
Nah, y'all ain't ready for my question, so y'all go ahead with this little garbage stuff y'all talking about.
What's so garbage? You got her on the phone? Ask her what you gonna ask her.
Yeah, y'all suck.
You know that, but we're trying to suck less, not more.
Well, yeah, and that's understandable. But like when your employees come, like how often do y'all like? Now you sound like you know what you're doing. Like everything you said is probably what something I would have done or done in that business. Like you saying, doing your little checks. How often did you guys check your bathrooms?
We check our bathrooms every half an hour.
That's beautiful.
It's called a travel pass. In my store, if you don't do it, we have this form where you have to do it. If you don't do it, we suspend you for a week. You understand what I'm saying? For my store may run a little different from others. You have to go out and you have to check the lot. You have to check the bathroom. Between the shift, floors need to be mopped. But we got a maintenance guy, so every time he check, he gonna mop the floor. He gonna clean that lobby. And anything that needs to be done behind the counter is gonna get done. You know?
So that means you take pride in your store. So that means if I come in there and I videotape me going in there and y'all customer service is going to be good, y'all store going to be clean, I can come back and we can show it on air that, oh, this McDonald's, get it in. They always clean and they always on point. The customer service is great. The employees are great. Y'all need to go support that one. So y'all going to be on point?
Only thing I can tell you is when I'm there, my shift will be on point. Because I have came in the store and the bathroom hasn't been clean. The lobby is a mess, you know.
Well, you're a general manager. How many people you got up under you?
I have 5 people up under me.
So those 5 people are there when you're not there, right?
I just got there. I just got there. I'm trying to get everybody to work as a team. Because, you know, one person can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not one person trying to do it, but I'm trying to get everybody on the same page.
Oh no, that's good, and I guess you probably answered a lot of my questions because you said you just got there. What I'm saying, and see, you should never say, if you're a general manager, don't ever say on my shift, because if you got them people under you, then you should be delegating to them. You do the same job I'm doing. So when I'm not here, this is what you should be doing. So at all points, your store should be on point. You should never say my shift, because if you're a general manager, it's your store.
It is my store. But all I can do is delegate. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is if I come in and I see it, I handle the situation. I say, why this not done? Why that not done? But like I tell them, I can't stay there and I can't babysit y'all. Only thing I do is take this position from you. So either you're going to do your job and make the store look presentable when these guests come in here, or you're going to lose it.
I love you. I love you. That's how it should be done. Yeah. That's
any
that's
job.
how. Yeah.
You can't say no other way. You know what I'm saying? You can't say no other way. It's either come in there and do what you're doing. I'm not gonna say do what you're getting paid for, because we all got jobs. You know, my job is to keep the store the way it's going to go. But I can't sit there and babysit you. You grown. So what's gonna happen is you gonna do it, and then you gonna send me pictures that you done it, because you know technology is good now. You know what I'm saying?
Now I pulled up to a McDonald's over there on the Boulevard and the Lodge, and I pull up to a rally. I didn't even realize it was a part of that thing where they were fighting for $15 an hour. Now, as the general manager, how do you feel about that? And do you feel like if y'all did get it, do you feel like it would adversely affect everybody? Like, do you think that pretty much the whole staff gonna be gone?
I'm gonna tell you this: if they give them $15, if they do win $15, all they gonna do is cut hours. So when you were working 8 hours, you may not work but 4.
So you making the same money,
basically.
But I'm just being real. Just like when they gave them the $8.90, they cut hours. Now if they give them $15, that's all they're gonna do. They're gonna cut hours, or they're gonna give them 2 or 3 days a week.
And do you feel like those machines are soon to come in within the next, let's say, 5 years?
I see too.
The kiosks.
We already got online. We already got online ordering. So in a minute, that's gonna take the cashiers out the way.
Yeah.
Because you can order your food. You can order your food from your phone. And then when you get there, you hit the button and you say, I'm here, and they bring your food out to you. Food is already paid for through your credit. So at this moment, they're already trying to get rid of the cashiers.
Yeah.
So in a minute, it's going to kind of be like, rowdy. It's probably just going to be drive-through only.
Wow. That's what's up. But the most important thing I think we all want to know is in your stores, in your McDonald's, what's up with the McRib? Is it actually gonna come back? What y'all doing with the McRib? Because if you ain't, why you take that McRib out and not see what's up with the McRib?
I don't know. I don't know about the McRib, but I actually want them to bring the wings back.
The Mighty Wings.
So I'm not sure about that.
That's what they call the Mighty Wings.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want none of that. I stopped eating beef and pork. My favorite. No, I take the Mighty Wings, but my favorite sandwich in that joint, and y'all got rid of it. I used to be mad at y'all for this. Y'all got rid of the McDLT. And me and Melvin went to drive-through one time. We was at the McDonald's on Grand River and Finkel. And I told the dude, I said, hey, give me a McDLT. He said, you want the combo or the sandwich? This is 10, 15 years after they got rid of the McDLT. I didn't realize y'all changed the McDLT to the big and tasty. The dude was like, oh yeah, that's the big and tasty. I said, y'all didn't tell nobody it used to be the McDLT.
The big and tasty.
Yeah.
Well, I would eat them. I stopped eating meat. I'm meat free, man. I'm going on a month and a half.
Well, listen, Lisa, we appreciate your phone calls. I hope Melvin wasn't too hard on you, but he got he got 20 years in what do you call it? Hospitality and food. What is it? Food and hospitality.
Yeah,
they call it?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. So he be on it. You know, even when we go to hotels, fast food restaurants, this guy be on top of every little thing in there. So
hey, when you walk in the door of anything that sells something, or you got to rent something or get a room or food, when you walk in the corridor, that vestibule, it tells you everything about the store. If that's dirty, everything is dirty. If you walk,
maybe me and him need to hook up, and maybe he can come and talk to some of the managers.
Yeah,
we can come together.
No, we definitely can do that. Yeah, we can do that. But it sounds like you on point with a lot of things. But once you walk in from the minute you get out your car, that and this is not a shot at your store or any other store. If you go out to 14 and I don't know, Orchard Lake or something, you go in one of their McDonald's, from the garbage cans to the cement to the vestibule to everything. When you go in, is letting you know you're coming into a clean environment. That's telling you, because if that's clean, if you know if they took the time to clean that tells you what everything in the back is. Because most of the time people don't even think about cleaning that. But when you walk in anywhere, and that's for anybody listening, when you walk in, the first thing you do when you open that door, look at the door, look up and around. If that's dirty, everything else is gonna be dirty.
Now, before we let you go, Miss Lisa, I gotta ask you something as a manager, real quick, before we let you go. What is your pet peeve about the customers? Now, we got on the managers all day, we got on the customer service. As a manager, and don't nobody know who you are, your last name, none of that. What is your pet peeve about customers? What's one thing you ran into in your 26 years that you wish they would stop doing, or you just want to slap somebody's nose backwards?
They definitely know where she work at, even though they don't know her name. So, they can figure it out. So don't say that too crazy.
You know what? I have learned in my 26 years, they're going to say what they want to say. My job is to listen. Now I got some managers that come from behind that counter. You understand what I'm saying? But my biggest pet peeve is they need to learn how to talk to us the way they want to be talked to. That's just it.
Well, sweetheart, cold fries will really make the worst come out of me. That's all I'm
just
saying.
hate cold fries.
So
personally, I like cold fries.
When they cold, they nasty. They call it. Oh my God. I hate cold fries. I don't want them to give out nothing cold in my store. You give out something cold in my store when I'm here.
What about a salad?
Well, then
no, don't you get in that. Put that salad in the microwave before you give it to them.
Collard greens.
Hey, listen, are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen this on Facebook. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Tag me or follow me on Facebook. This is Melvin Bender.
Okay.
Go through my friends list and look for Melvin Bender.
We're going to charge you a constellation fee, though. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get you together.
I want to come visit your store.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Because you know what? All y'all can do is make me better. You know, some of the hospitality, you know, I'm going to school for business administration. We can get together and do something.
All right. Yeah, follow me. It's Melvin Bender, and I want to come check that store. I want to see. And we're going to bring Tez and get him some hot fries.
Hot fries.
A McRib, a BLT.
A big and tasty.
And the McDonald's new taco and enchilada breakfast sandwich.
the McChurro. Hey, thank you for calling, Miss Lisa. We appreciate you. Thank you. Keep listening to us
thank you guys.
Here on the Go Radio Network.
Oh, that was fun. I had fun with her.
That was cool, man. Shout out to Miss Lisa for calling in. And see, like I said, I've never been in management in that regard. Of the highest I've ever been on any job was team lead. Actually,
Well, you manage yourself now. That's your man.
There you go, Melvin. See there, now your thing is coming out. My only thing, just honestly, customer service, just the way a person talked to me. What was it? Bill Cosby say when you could take a meal and serve it to somebody, a beautiful meal, serve it to them on a trash can lid.
Right.
My thing is this: when you talk to me certain ways at a certain restaurant, it's a restaurant on 13 Mile called Masters. It's geared after like a golf course in the Masters. It's in Madison Heights.
No, it's they meant at the plantations down south.
and you went in there, you dumb.
Might have been.
And get a McCoon. What's up? I'm here for my McCoon and my watermelon.
Let me get up.
Uncle Tom meal. Can I get that Uncle Tom meal? My shackle wasn't in my Uncle Tom meal, man. I don't know what's going on here.
Let me get a Sambo Deluxe.
Sambo, a funny word.
You got a big cool, man.
Let me get a McCoon.
Oh God.
Who eating that Masters? I'm not.
Tez just tapped on in there. Me's or something. Me's and the missus come here to get something to eat.
So you better soft shoe before you come up in here.
Hey, we go to the joint, and when I tell you, the food was wonderful. Service on point, portion size terrible. And I'm always one of these types of people. When I go to an actual sit-down dining restaurant, I always compare the price to the portion size.
No. You know that's wrong, right? Have you ever been to Beverly Hills Grill in Southfield? They have.
You talking about where Maple it turned like?
Not that one. It's if you go down Southfield, past probably a little bit past where the TJ Maxx and everything at. Right to the left is a place called Beverly Hills Grill. Nice, expensive place. They don't even cover the plate. But that's how you're supposed to have your food. Like if you go to like Paris and everything, see that's what's wrong with us now.
Dude, it might as well be
fill the whole plate up, man. I paid $8. I want
it might
chicken wings.
It might as well be a tapas restaurant then. You know, the little small portion joint. Like, why would I? No, I'm not saying like that, Melvin. I'm not saying like that at all. I get what you're saying. Like, we want more for what we paid, but I just want enough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pay. Like, you right.
So you want enough that when you slide your plate out the way of the portion that you didn't eat, and you slide your plate, I can't get no room for that. That should have been on the plate in the first place.
Sound like you should have went grocery shopping.
Right. You just want to slide. You want to see something on the plate when you slide it back. Yeah, I ain't gonna eat that, but that's cool. We weren't gonna put that on there anyway, sir.
All right, here go a restaurant. It's not.
It's
not a high end.
Hey, I ain't have enough McCoon on my coon. Wasn't enough coon on my McCoon.
I ain't have enough coon on my McCoon. Can I get some more coon, please?
I dropped my watermelon on the ground. Eat that, boy. All right, boss.
Masters. If this ain't a skate, we need to kill ourselves.
My wife's Sambo Deluxe, man. It was a little too dry. Huh? Can I get some chitlin juice on it?
I'm done with
The McCoon. Hashtag McCoon up under here.
Hashtag McCoon.
McCoon up under there, man. Get tickets to something free.
Evelyn Hines say y'all stupid. And my girl Janae Matilda said managing yourself is hard. First of all, we want to thank y'all for listening. Shout out to Janae. Shout out to my girl Jay McClain, Angie Dotson, Miss Lisa. Thank you for tuning in, baby. We appreciate that. My girl Kelly Reeves, all the way in Tennessee. Stacy Alexander. We pretty much winding down, y'all. We about to go get a McCoon Deluxe.
Oh man, I can't even breathe. That's funny, man.
Hey, our super producer say they need to come with a black. That's the Mickey D's Black History Month sandwich. The McCoon.
You're killing me, man. Oh my God, this is funny, man.
It's the Black History Month sandwich.
All right, we need to get out of here. Hey, before we get out of here,
man. Struggle.
Now we can't stop. Look, man. Before we get out of here, look. Hey, y'all follow me, man. I'm Melvin Bender.
Let me get that McStruggle with no drink. Yo, I want to have a hard time swallowing this.
A McStruggle is just a swallow.
Oh my God, dude.
Get this McStruggle with no drink. No, McCoon, that's at the top of the list. McCoon, that's it.
Make sure y'all put a lot of McWhip on the Oh, man. Oh, this feel like I'm working out, dude.
Damn.
Hey, man, look, follow me, man. Let me try to get this out. Follow me, comedian Melvin Bender on Facebook.
A McCoon with cheese.
And what's the other one? Oh, Instagram.
When you order your food,
funny.
They stand you up on the thing, 3 people at a time.
Oh my God!
Take your wife right from the table and take her to the back. Where you going with my wife? You don't worry about it, boy.
Eat that McCone and be quiet.
Yes, sir, boss. I have to sit here.
Oh,
You do what he says.
We are gonna get in so much trouble.
I don't even care.
Another person, Eb Johnson, said y'all stupid, and Evelyn Hines said, "Bring me a supersized McCoon."
Damn, supersized McCoon.
That is the joke of the month right there. Y'all said it, man.
Josh said it. Josh said it. Whoever said it, claimed it. Yeah. Oh my! Go ahead.
Yeah. Go Instagram. Mailman Funny. MELMANFUNNY on Instagram. Y'all go ahead.
Joshua.
I on Instagram. I'm Josh Adams. I am JOSHADAMS. Hashtag McCoon.
I am.
Yeah, that's why I to spell it. I'm Josh Adams.
Okay.
I am JOSHADAMS. All one word.
Now I
No
tried to
space.
tag you earlier. Which one is Joshua Fool?
That's my Twitter. My Twitter is Joshua Fool.
That's why I couldn't find you on Instagram.
I done changed it because it was hard for people because people would type in Josh YOU as opposed to Joshua Fool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I changed
Okay.
it. So I'm trying to make it easier for people to get in touch with their baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Martez Comedy on.
Said ladies first. That's a Freudian slip. Ladies.
I'm Martez Comedy on everything. MARTZ Comedy, no spaces. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Adult Friend Finder, Christian Mingle, any of those sites.
On Instagram, he has the second page on Martez at McCoon.
We gotta do something with that.
Man, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melvin said it. Y'all heard the announcement. Next week we're gonna get some pastors from around the city of Detroit.
That's gonna be the show.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this circumstance.
Where
You know,
the
the
money
concerns some of y'all have.
the
You know what I mean? Where the money's going, what type of programs they offer in the community.
Where that damn money
So you know, tune in next week, y'all.
Why y'all stealing that money?
Shout out to everybody going back to school. Shout out to all the parents doing their thing, getting their kids back to school.
Pastors.
We wish y'all a productive week.
Quit stealing
And
that money.
y'all enjoy y'all holiday,
Quit
man.
stealing
It's
that damn money.
prime time talk with the fellas.
Get your ass out of stealing
Martez
that
Jackson, Melvin Bender, my boy Josh Adams. Thanks for hanging out with us, dog. We appreciate you. Definitely be back real soon, man. Thank you. We'll see y'all later.